Ye. Manze ako ka stima. Lakini first of all, hiyo speaker iko fiti. Watu 100 hawezi elewa.
Wenda.
Wewe ni lakini simu yako unajua inakaa Android. Nimekwambia hiyo simu inakaa Android. Siko najua. Is he on?
I wasn't on.
So we are back. Na kwa hilo conversation hata I don't remember mali tuliachia. But mi kuna answer sijapata. Hii love. Ikitolewa vitu zingine ziko na meaning.
So do you believe there's
connection
love?
Iko na meaning, bond iko na meaning.
Do you believe there's love? Do you know what love is? Have you felt love?
I don't know. I like I'm in that rabbit hole right now. Everything is coming.
Like what
everything is coming with a question.
Also, what can you relate in your life that unaweza sema is love? Or feels like love? Or what were you told that is love?
No, personally, Mali, right now where I am in is I don't see love as something that is a major factor.
So okay.
Like I see love as something that it's like being hungry. Si lazima ukule, you can fast. It is a feeling to it is not the foundation of anything.
But with fasting you can't fast forever. Uta fast for a while then
who said you can love forever? There is that devil's advocate of love. Ile yenye the toxic side. You have to compromise your boundaries to stay in love.
Okay, so unaangalia in aspect of a man and a woman.
Naangalia in every aspect. Hata mabeshte.
Mimi nataka kuangalia sana kama ya father child, mother child. I'm a sibling or what would you describe that as? Responsibility. Ama?
Now, responsibility is you having a child when you are ready. That is responsibility. You staying in a child's life when you're broke as fuck, struggling, that is lack of planning.
That's selfishness we're talking about.
Uzi kaa hapo useme ati uko responsible. So now you are tied down to a child. Is the same pia with the woman. They'll be tied down to a child because they have to do things now twice as hard as they would have done if they didn't have a child.
Okay.
So meaning hata ukaeka kwa hiyo love ya parent na child, I think that love begins with you actually being ready for that child.
Okay.
And ukiendelea hapo unajua kuna msee kwa hapo akona miaka kama ya Enoch. Scribe of God. Sultan vipi bro? Tuko fiti. Karibu sana bana. Hey, what's up this Saturday manzi?
We're talking about love.
Yeah.
Unakatika lakini.
So, I look at love as a basic foundation of
unmute yourself Sultan. Uzai imeanza kufika.
So you saying kuna arthritis kwa vidole?
kuna sibu kweli.
Oh, sorry.
So me, I'm looking at as it's like a foundation. The way you do a foundation. You build on it. Right? If we look in a different perspective, ni kama vile motor, you start a car. You just use the ignition, start the car. Ikishanguruma, then else just move.
Umesikia semaje? Sultan
Sultan una break ama can you mute our mics?
Yes, Sultan toka washroom enda tu kwa city, hakuna mtu atakuuliza manzi. Unajua Sultan anataka kuchoma mambo ya love mbele ya bibi yake.
Charudi. Unaona hiyo kitu anasema ati love is the base, love is the foundation. Bro, it can't be the base. Like, as in, you can't love someone you don't know. Bro, that is now just an imagination, just to fit your narrative.
Unasema hiyo love lazima ikuje na experience.
Like, where are you getting that love to give someone you don't know?
Hapana, mimi hiyo nitakata. I want to say you can.
Kwa hivyo unaona tu
No, you can feel love. You can feel it's something changes.
hivyo ndio wenyewe.
So wewe unaona tu hivi unasema come here.
Si hivyo, unajua mimi naiangalia hapana.
Now I'm going to respect this. I'm going to trust this person with my entire life.
Sasa wacha
I'm
kuangalia
going to
kwa
respect this
relationship.
person.
Mimi naiangalia in form of the day I saw my child. Then nilikaona the way the feelings, how can I even explain it? Mimi niliona, that whole process kana come into the world, amewekwa pale hiyo section, they are trying to do all they are doing. Like, I even don't care what is happening on this end. I'm more like, usichukue mtoto wangu, I want my baby. Like,
What the fuck are you talking about?
Yes,
Watch
that
out and
was
sip kutoka kwa hii pink
love.
cup. Let me sip before
That was love.
Let me sip, then I enter into your feelings in a minute.
Bro,
yes, but it's a point of emotion.
Huyo anaweza kula huyo mtoto bwana.
Let me tell you, Garebo.
Kasembe.
Your example doesn't apply here. You've known that child for more than 8 months. 9 months, if I'm not sure. If I don't know if you did 9 months or beyond or below.
Kwa nini ng'ombe?
Kuna watu wengine bado wana maintain. Umejua mtoi, you've developed some attachment to the child.
Na uko na option ati unaweza mtoa.
Bra, huwezi mchukua tu mtupe. Like, hii ni kitu umekuwa nayo. You've been on that journey with that child paka ukamzaa. You know that child. Umepatana na mtu. Umepatana na baiko. Umepatana na, tunaongelea love.
Love ya
sasa,
romantic.
Umepatana na mtoto. Ile ni jaja. Love at first sight. Umtoi anakaa tu mtoto wangu.
Yeah, it happens.
Hiyo sasa hiyo unaita love. Hiyo yani hiyo kuona tu kitu hivi.
Ni madness.
Na kuimpress. Anauliza tu. Juu bado ukiangalia hivyo, si venye umemention tu hivyo. Love ni madness.
It's
So if love is chaotic, si usemaga you can grow, love grows from stability, right? That doesn't make sense. Because sisi ujua love ina grow, ama ta growth yote inatoka from chaotic events, not stability.
unasema chaotic, naangalia hiyo kwa mshwa asubuhi.
Buda, love si ati ni senye stability, senye tuko vizuri ndo tunapendana. Watu upendana more
kwa shida.
After they go through a certain shida, then they overcome, you know?
Yeah, okay.
Wanapendana more. So hakuna ati love grows in stability. Love grows in chaos.
Ndio nasema sasa hapo kwa experience, because wewe umefikiria ndio hii. Alafu inakushow kitu kingine. Lakini bado unasema hatukuwa tumejua hiyo kitu.
Acha tuvumilie.
Let's come back here manzi kidogo. And then something else happens. And then you quickly find out that it is more about problem solving together rather than hii mambo ingine tulikuwa tunafikiria. Juu tuko hapa for shit will come.
So could it be coming from a place where you found comfort? You feel there's some safety to it?
No, there's no safety. Juu vitu zinakaa mtu zikifanya. Bro, whatever happens in life, shit is coming. Storms are coming.
Because I feel like for that kind of love, it's more of like a safety, a trust, so that you're able to tackle these events that you're facing forward.
So meaning it's not a foundation. It comes from
it's something that happened that got you guys together.
No.
Okay.
You people got it together, then it happened.
alafu mkatambua
It is a side effect.
Yes, it is.
It is
side,
not a
yes,
foundation.
correct. It's a side effect of an event. Yes.
Over here. So you, after an event, you end up trusting someone. You end up respecting them.
You see them differently
You
now.
see them differently.
So
Out
it's a
of that,
madness.
it creates now love.
Yes.
So meaning this love
A
is
mental state of
love is not a good thing when people too have just put that love is a good thing.
no, it is.
Love is a balance of good and bad. It's those things we can't name.
would you say then love is a state
Yes.
juu unaona unaenda ulifikiria ni hivi but sasa unaenda ukijaza sasa ukielewa trust hapo kuna ka loyalty hapo
Yeah,
Hivyo hivyo.
I feel love inakuja na no like as in it's something that grows depending on the environment. There is a time that you'll need love. I think love is needed more in comfortable environments. In survival environment, what is love for? Hey, if I'm just surviving, why do I need to love you for me and you to do anything?
Could we say in that survival it's more of you use it as currency? Yes.
No. I'm using my eggs as currency. What do you mean? I'm not using love. See, why do you want me? I'm using my pussy as currency. Why do you want me?
I thought it's after that event. It's
Now
when our
is after
love
tukuje
comes.
ndio
Yeah.
nikikakaa nione unaniheshimu.
Yes. So
Nione.
that's why after mumekaa na mutu mume
So it's not a currency.
you no, because you can't say using the pussy as a currency because even this other person, there is participation of the two. So love becomes like more of it's you can't touch it, but there's that hope of making it. It's like makes you risk more.
How is it a currency?
See, you can and so that you keep that situation to keep progressing. But unless you now do the way Nani was saying, you don't need the love. If kama it's a like a contract or something, yeah. So you don't need to use it there. So it becomes more about what you can get from the other person instead of now using love as a currency on it.
Like there's nowhere you use love as currency. There's nowhere. You can't. You can't.
You're using currency to get to love.
People are buying like they are buying love right now. Like they're buying. Oh no, they're buying the conditions. They're buying the conditions to.
They are paying for regular sex.
In the hope that it is love.
It is love.
Yes. No, you can dress it the way you want, any way you want. It's the basics always render what is the actual truth on the ground. This guy wants Pudesh. Guys, you see, first Pudesh, the overwhelming attraction we have for it is it's been placed there biologically. That's why even like guys only come down the older they get because the biological agent responsible for that gets less and less. So it's something you're trying to legislate something without full appreciation of its root cause.
But you see,
the love narrative is to get you as close as possible to that thing. That's what I contend with. As in, we kind of have to accept it. I know it's heartbreaking for people, but you kind of have to accept the end in this way. Dictates really why it's there. What's its purpose?
and
So
you see,
you're saying love is a narrative.
I think it's an actual biological process.
Love.
Yes.
How is love biological?
I think the attachment that you draw to someone for specific reasons to
How is
mate,
that biological?
That's what I'm trying to explain. Like you see the process which, because you see like the these different hormones that regulate our moods, our feelings and whatnot. a lot of those play a role in how, because, for example, for this species to survive, they have to have a man who's willing to martyr themselves for this process. That's why you hear the protecting thing, because it's to make the offspring survive. That is where it's coming from. So it is already wired into you that there is, and you see the incentive they give you is that goodness you're going to feel with the pudesh. Plus, you see, it heightens the.
but what of Albo, tufike kwa mwanaume
It's an incentive.
hajafika hata ameguzana na hiyo pudesh.
Yes.
What is love to him?
But in
Because
this, in
ajaenda
this,
hapo bado kwa biological process.
yes, that's why they just you nobody taught you that. You just started feeling it. It's so hardwired. You are making my point.
I'm saying, what if he's not hardwired to get there, even when he's 50, 60, still not at
There's
his
nothing like you're
biological
not
process.
hardwired. That means you don't have the necessary hormones to operate as a human being.
But he's the same man as you.
What do you mean?
The same man as
What do
you.
you mean?
There no such man exists.
They are.
No,
So Mona eunuchs.
Eh?
no. Even eunuchs, they have a process.
Not all of them.
It's just, you see, the imperative to breed has been removed.
Na ndio tunaenda tukiongea to,
Yeah, but
to
you
that
see,
person.
you see that extreme is irrelevant to the conversation.
It is very relevant
Because no, so there are people just walking around you,
Yeah, you
cutting
see,
off their testicles.
unaona, what you are basing off this conversation on is the context of experience. Kuna watu washa shorten your experience. Not
But why
necessarily.
you
What do
tagging
you
the? Why you talking for eunuchs? You're saying they've cut off their ninis. So why you tagging that?
It's
love
actually,
has-
it makes my point.
Yeah.
The fact
Ndio-
that
ndio nilikuwa naenda
the
hapo.
imperative is no longer to breed.
Yeah,
Because they can't, and the source, the chemical source of that urge has been removed also. The testicles.
not necessarily.
No.
Because this is where I'm
It's
going
not
with
an
this one.
argument.
It
It's a
is not an
fact.
argument.
Yes.
I am telling you. That's a fact on your end, not a fact on my end.
No. It does. You see,
Kidogo tu. Sikiza.
You see, nikikwambia ya kwamba that testosterone production is in the testicles. It's not me making an argument for it. That's the fact of it.
And I know
So
that
it
is a
doesn't
fact.
matter whether you say no, it does a fact, but no. This is the
How
fact
is
of
it a fact? That's,
Not to me. To you, it's a fact.
how is it a fact?
No. This is the thing. Unless you are ignorant of basic biology.
To me, I might be.
So
No.
it's
If you are
biology.
ignorant of basic biology, then it's not a fact to you because you are ignorant of it.
That-
It doesn't mean though that your ignorance of it makes it that it's not there.
And
that's the fact.
That's why I've said,
Yeah.
Mi sijafika-
Whether you decide to believe something or not, if it's the truth, it exists anyway.
And this is-
despite your ignorance of it, despite
Now,
you
Albo,
saying it exists anyway.
this is- this is my truth.
That's usually where I have issues with guys arguing. Like you're telling me that there's some subjective kind of truth out there.
Bro,
you know, especially biologically.
We are not arguing. We're having a conversation, Albo. I don't know where
Argumentation is part of a conversation.
so why are you going on the defensive that I'm arguing?
No. See, I'm telling you, it's an argument. There's nothing wrong with arguing.
So when unasema why are we arguing?
No, I'm saying, why are we arguing about facts?
And I'm telling you, we are not arguing. We're
Yes.
having a conversation.
Yes.
That's why I said your fact is not my fact. We can
doesn't-
have a conversation about that.
No, we can't.
So is it possible we can do this?
We can actually-
We
we-
get
You can't have
okay.
a conversation about
No,
facts.
okay. So we got Albo's.
You say that you know the
definition.
fact or
No,
you
no, no.
don't. Yes.
Let's continue with the show. Mhm.
You know, I'm looking at it from the point of okay. So without the test, that one, it removes the urge, the need to procreate, right?
Yes.
So because let's not forget.
They make good slaves.
So in the end of that, what do you
how is
get?
that relating to love?
No, the thing is,
No, that's
there's something he said about their hormones that get to change with our mood, that give us a certain kind of feeling. So, for example, where do dopamine come from?
Yes, those kind of.
How do you get the dopamine also kicking in?
By exciting it.
Okay, yes. And how do you get, for a man, what would it be? What would be the example?
It can be a sport.
Yeah,
it
it's
can
very,
be-
it's very.
Can be very many things.
It's what you convert that dopamine to.
Exactly.
So
So, if you remove the one of the major, okay, so in Albo's, when I look at Albo's context, you remove one of that hormone out, right? It means that this person will have to be the dopamine kicking in through other things, right?
No, the see, dopamine is excited by various things in the way I understand it that are created either to enhance your survival. You know, like you see, for example, if doing a certain things gives you the dopamine hit, you'll do more of it. You understand? That's why addictions are a thing, because they give you the hit. So if a cigarette gives you that hit, you repeat it. That's what gets you hooked. These are not. It's not rocket science, basically.
So if you look now in the example that Baiko was talking about having a unique, what do you call them?
A unique.
A unique.
A
So
gift.
even if you have a gift and doesn't have the testicles or whatever,
Yes.
that means they still can experience love or the feeling or the emotion because they have other things, other motivations
yes.
that can make the dopamine to kick in.
Yes, but the motivation to have offspring
Is
is
out.
curtailed because that's where it comes from.
Okay.
Basically, if you cut off that glands, which where it's processed, it's like you're telling me it will operate with wametoa the part. Like I don't get where this
Yes,
is-
one.
So,
Yes. Yes.
so to come back,
Yeah.
meaning there's nothing biological about love. There's nothing biological about love.
That's the discussion. For me, that's my argument that it's
So
biological.
meaning if it is biological, so men can't love each other
In terms of
in terms of love.
Stand
yeah,
further.
that you can.
So where are we reproducing? bruh?
You
No,
know,
no,
you know.
you see, that's why people have tried even to separate different types of love, for example, because it's all in the whatever, it's all in the experience of trying to explain what that is. Because you have the kind of the same sacrificery kind of sentiment. If you talk about, say, your bro or your dad or your kid or some stranger, you know, there are various reasons why you do such things, and people are trying to describe it. So that's why they say filial love. We will say, man, this filial love. People are trying to describe the thing. That's why, in my opinion, that's why the biological urge that is fostered by the different hormones makes more sense to me, because it's geared towards the survival of the being.
So meaning again,
Yes,
so men can't love each other.
you
Because
can.
How? How? Explain it biologically the way you've explained it.
I'm saying, like, for example, for survival purposes, if you are more, like, say, you see, I want to explain it to you this way. You see that when you're from somebody's tribe, for example, then leave your tribe, the whole tribe, go into your extended family, sindio? Then go down to your nuclear family. This is a hierarchy of who you care most about.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? Who you are likely to do something for, sacrifice for more than? Like from just your general tribe to your extended family to your nuclear family. You are more likely to sacrifice yourself for your nuclear family than your extended family. Then you are likely to sacrifice yourself more for your extended family than the people outside that, but in your tribe.
How is that biological?
It's because it's forming those tribes made it possible for you to fight off enemies.
Still, how is that biological?
Survival.
So men would love
You
each
see, you'd form a friendship because you might want to. I don't want to close it down to just the nomenclature of it, that it's love. You might form a bond that is based around honor or loyalty. Call it what you want, but it's geared towards, if I'm with you, we are in this forest going to hunt. There's a bigger chance of us being successful than me being by myself.
So that has nothing to do with. It basically has everything to do with honor.
You're missing the
more
point.
than the family.
No, you're missing the point. Because that's the reality, that two of you might be more successful to hunt than one. The biological inclination to have a close bond with this one is incited by your hormones and that situation. So over generations and generations, it's become written basically in your DNA. That's why you find yourself having an affinity, even just by watching a football match. You'll say in Europe, you'll find yourself cheering on the team with more black people. You don't even know why.
family.
because it is already, it's the you're looking at your family, kind of like these are the people we can defend ourselves with. I thought
I understand what you're
yes,
saying.
I thought this was like pretty well taught in like
It's the biological part that I don't get. I don't
yeah,
get
no, you
how.
can't if you can't get it from that explanation,
but
then
it makes some sense because most
Unless
of
we
the
don't know what we don't know what biological nini
you
is.
know
It's
what
a
happens-
process that
yes,
happens
why
from your
the-
body
yeah,
and-
so why is it that we've been made to believe that we are black, we were not all called white? You get my point? They made it look like it's actually a biological thing because of pigmentation. So
Yes.
anytime you want to relate to some of the things that are happening globally, you tend to lean if we are able to, if you are to remove the biological side of it and look at something logically, you'd have probably a better way of not trying
that's
to
how I
have
try to explain
yes.
it. Yes, not
So
just
that's
That is not
why-
racially.
no. You see,
racial is
even
biological.
Yes, race is
Racial
biological.
is biological.
Racial is biological. There is no way you're going to tell me an Asian has the same physical features as an African person. It's a biological thing.
kuna description hapa from a biological standpoint. Love is a complex dynamic process involving hormonal release and brain activity, often described as a drive or motivation, similar to anger, thirst, with components like lust, attraction, and attachment.
So you are right
That-
when you say that you can look at it like hunger or food.
Yes.
So that's why I was saying the same way we know for a fact, love can cause you happiness, can cause you sadness.
Yes.
The same way hunger can cause you happiness or can cause you sadness. So it's what they are calling it. It's a complex, dynamic process.
Yeah,
you
so
can,
that complex, in my this is where I get my description from. Basically, because there is this eventuality, there's a process in us that prepares us to handle it one way or another. So if it's releasing hormones,
Google
if
from
it's
a
growing bigger muscles,
sociological concept.
if it's no that entire, so if say you walk for long distances every day, you'd find that your lung capacity will
also
will
increase.
get bigger
Yeah.
than just somebody who just sits. You find that your veins will get wider. Like, all those things will happen. So that process is that's how I like to think through things, even what we call emotions, because I know I'm just not here. This is outside any other information that we know or we'll never know.
So
It's what, yeah, it's, yeah.
so you're saying love is created in a survival environment
No, it's created for the purpose.
for
of
the survival for the
Yes.
for the survival.
Yes. To enhance that possibility. Because through that chemical process of being attached to someone and willing to step in to defend them, you're increasing the chances of the children of that person surviving to the next generation. Because you, as the big strong man, which is why you're built that way, you're willing to step in and to defend this.
So love then it's like a nervous system of everything.
Yes, that's what I see it as.
So like it's necessary. If we remove love, you're telling me people are not going to survive.
No, because what I'm now the way even in that.
What do you mean? Ebu, please.
Okay, for me now when I look at it, because it makes that sense of you need the love to the release of these kind of hormones to help you make the judgment in the overall survival of. That's why it's coming now from a place of the self-preservation. The kalav.
I'm not getting.
Yes, no. The thing is this: it's a pretty easy concept, in my opinion. It's just that if you're insistent of thinking of it in one way, you can't.
No, I'm actually right now. I'm listening to you guys as a child.
Yes. So this is the
Very
thing.
open.
For me, I'm using just the nomenclature love as something we generally know, right? The feeling, the feeling thing, The reason why feelings are so imprecise is because we can't describe them fully. Sometimes you can't describe how you quote unquote feel, but you'd have a general inclination about whether you are happy, elated, sad. You'll have a general inclination on what that is. In my opinion, because it's so imprecise, I don't like to think of it that way. I try to think of it about what is the biological process that leads me to feel this way. And why. That's my thought process. So through that process, that's why my deduction is this love hormone, if there's such a thing, I'm thinking it's probably a cocktail of them that works towards, say, a woman feeling that I need to, this is the guy I want. I'm attracted to this guy. Then after a while, we do a general consensus and we find out it's you have to be kind of tall. You have these features that look like this. You have resources. Can do this. So you start to make the calculation. Why is the attraction? So a woman will tell you, I like tall, dark, and handsome, or whatever the hell. But why is that the standard? Why not short, stocky, and whatever? Why is that the standard? It's because a tall, strong person is better equipped to defend. So when you think about it in that way, so that particular gene is selected for. So the woman who is likely to go for this one. It's not a precise outcome. In every location you feel like, physically at least I've seen, it turns everyone, women and men, because it's the most basic instinct. We are making a decision, is biologically, who are metosha? Are they strong enough? Would they be able to withstand this disease or what? And I don't think it's a natural, it's a conscious process. I think it's already written in the biology and the chemistry. So it's just happened.
now
Again,
this-
I'll ask again.
Yes.
You're saying what people are saying. You can't survive without love.
You can't survive without
Love.
that combination. I think it will be very difficult.
No,
I don't know if, because I think there are very many other different ways that we survive and that are getting more and more. You understand?
I'm looking at it in the sense of what you're saying is you can't remove love from the equation.
I think it makes it very difficult. I guess there would be another mechanism, if that's not that, to make sure that somebody is willing to, actually, even that thing of denying yourself something to feed your kid. Why? It's because you want to give the kid the best chance to survive.
Albo, you see, but you said there are very many ways to view this love. There are many aspects of survival, right?
Yes.
And even the way we view love, there are very many aspects of love.
Yes.
And you chose a biological standpoint, whereby it is ingrained in our DNA, and so many things are happening inside our body to drive us to that thing.
Yes.
But there's also a philosophical aspect whereby now they are thinking about things like survival. And love is defined there in a philosophical way. And I think for you guys, you're mixing the biological and the philosophical. Because if it is a feeling, or rather as instant kick to you to survive, then it doesn't mean that you're thinking about it in long term. It's just there.
Yes. The thing is this. I think the philosophical way of looking at it is how we are trying to explain the biology. Why? So philosophically, why do I feel this way? Because of this thing. That's the explanation. Like in otherwise, in my opinion, you see, for me, my school of thought kind of tries to reduce the effect of the feeling, how I feel about something, other than how is it and why is it like that. So for me, if I know that we've seen even people do experiments, even the people who they had an accident and a part of their brain where there was a certain thing it got messed up and they totally changed and become somebody else. Another person's pituitary gland issue and they change so much. So I know those things have that, even how they think and act. So I know those things are actually like how we talk, how we do. It's a manifestation of our biology and that entire thing. That whatever that thing is, I'm not claiming to be the master. I'm just saying there seems to be enough evidence to support that.
Yeah, and kuna jamaa anaitwa Gift Daryl on YouTube. This is almost close to a eunuch. Juu huyo ndio mtu mimi najuanga tu literally ana balls. Na anasema love is a concern and a care of something or someone. I think this is referring to Dizo. Kunywa na kikombe ya pink tena.
Okay, yeah.
This creates generational survival. I love trees. I love cars. I love kids. etc. You get obliged to keep them, hence the sacrifice.
Yeah, you have to take a shot.
The other one, anasema Albo is right. Love for something creates survival of the involved parties, be it someone or something. And the last one is, I told you this, mambo ya love anaangalia from your standpoint.
I know.
Dizo linyoa kipara ikienda na brains. Aki, you are stupid. Tumia nywele na za ndevu kufikiria.
Hizo unnecessary long.
But yani hata siwezi kuwa mjinga in peace, bro.
Najua.
I can't be stupid in peace.
But let me ask another one, because now I want to take it to another place. Now, can okay, so there's love, there's faith, there's hope. It's not something that you can touch, but it also comes from the same kind of it's how can I
fear, revenge,
infatuation.
infatuation. All these things are
Yes.
quite amorphous.
And all this seems to be actually be coming from a place of within even your own environment. It gets you to get to experience some of these feelings. Because it's an emotion. You get. So that is why for me I say in all these aspects they can make it will push you in your own way to get to a place of survival. Kwa zote. Be it be fear, be it be hate, be it be love, be it be faith, be it be hope. All this is all about survival. So if you're going to look at now the love in aspects of a man and a woman, either way, do you remember when you're talking about if it comes from a place of where you all have, like the man is one saying that do this is what we need to do. Eventually they end up finding what? Love. As much as it can be contractual, they end up finding love. In that whole conditioning of like saying, come with conditions. Most of the time they end up having love. So I feel like it's more of a familiarity of dealing with a certain person long term, that your own body gets to now form a bond, a connection with this person, where now they not only give you that love, but they give you other more feelings. Like I feel like for me, love is like the
Diesel, let me
baseline
ask you
that
something.
makes other things grow.
Let me ask you something. Assuming, see, alpha male, see, just for argument's sake.
Yes. Let's perform.
Yes.
Yes.
So you are broke as hell. You've been trying things for years, nothing is working. You're living in squalor. Then because you look tall and strong and dark, then maybe you riding your mkokoteni with your brown
Kofi Olomide beard.
with your muscles glistening with sweat. Some mother there, some millionaire momfi there.
I can see the script. See the script.
So she picks you and tells you, Buddha boss, mimi nataka ukuje uishi na mimi. Niko na hivi nitakununulia matatu kama vijana wa bulubulu.
Anifungulie kinyozi.
So the question is, in as much as people say, me I have a man who have to provide whatnot, how many guys do you think will turn that down? Being in that position?
I think not many.
Not many.
Not many.
Why?
Survival.
Because survival is more important
kicks
than
in,
your feeling.
So that one has nothing to do with love.
Does that go back to his explanation
that's
or
what-
saying shortcuts to get in?
That's what I'm saying is that whatever you will do to convince yourself to take that deal.
Is love.
No, I'm not saying it's love. Whatever you replace, whether it's love, maybe you also meet her and she's hot and you fall in love, maybe. Like those Tanzanian music videos. But assuming that's secondary. Like you don't, like maybe you like her later because she's a nice person. Whatever, assuming that's the case. But for you to get to that position, your survival, your food, your shelter became more important.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes. That was the priority.
Yes. So in my opinion, the survival aspect is why all these things happen, including falling in love.
So you see, there, what you've done there.
Yes.
None of you has defined love or said anything about love. But what you've mentioned is you've tajad respect, trust, honor.
Conditions.
You know, you've tajad conditions of love. None of you has say, alafu namalizia na, then that is love. What is that? What is
for me,
that?
My
It's-
opinion,
it's like-
love, you can just Google what it is. Because I
No.
I think that's
No,
where we can-
Well, Albo, what you're not getting is it's a rabbit hole, sindio?
Yes.
So we are going with venye tu nimesema. Me personally right now I'm having a conversation like I'm a child. I don't want to act like I know this thing is like this. I'm acting like if I needed love for motivation at some point, that was through survival. Like I would love this woman, then because of loving this woman, as you've said, you guys, biological, I'd get kids with the woman. Now because I also love my kids, I would
Buy them a house.
buy them a house, you know, work harder to give them a good life. Bro, right now we're no longer surviving, bro. You get like there's no, where is that love, Basi? Why would
What
I
do you
need
mean?
motivation?
What do you mean we are no longer surviving?
Right now people are comfortable.
No, it's relative. Very relative. In fact,
No, I mean it in the sense of Albo, right now we don't need kids as we did some time back.
yeah, it's because we have a very high rate of survival.
Huh?
We have a very high rate of survival compared to back in the day.
No, we don't need kids. Like,
No,
like we already. What do we need kids for?
No, I'm saying we need kids. We just need less of them because
Yes,
the
less.
survival rate is high.
So meaning that motivation
Yes,
of
is
getting
also
kid
less.
is also less.
Yes.
Meaning love
I think
right now.
Yeah.
Love right now is not necessary
Yes.
for that survival.
But I feel like love is it's a connection. It's like
Ebu, please explain that connection. That connection is what.
That's
The
why,
way I was
that's why I
trying
don't
to
like using such language. It's imprecise. That's what I was trying to tell you guys.
for me, I feel like love is a connection in whatever aspect.
Okay.
Love to my daughter, I have to connect. We must
So
have like
there
a
has to
bond.
be a condition
It's a-
for love to be there.
Yes.
So love on its own can't survive.
No, you can't come and say at
What's its use?
Love on its own, it can't survive.
So by on itself, what
Like
would where would
it
work?
can't be a foundation, it can't be a basis, because there has to be a condition for it to exist.
Because I feel for love is that bond, then the rest piles up on it.
How is it a bond when it can't exist without a certain condition? Like we've said, you can't come from nowhere and start loving someone. There you people, let me just stick to the biological.
Motivation, yes.
Like if
motivation.
you stick to the biological explanation, there's that motivation before you love someone, right? So meaning love can't exist on its own till there is a condition for
That's
it
what
to
we
exist.
said, and
So
that
it
part
can't
is
be a foundation.
No, we actually said it's not a foundation.
It is also
There
not
has
even
to- there
it is
has
not
to
even a
be-
basis of a relationship.
No, but that's why we say there has to be an event that creates the bond.
So meaning love is, you can't say love is a foundation or a bedrock.
It is a result of an event that has happened before.
So meaning if it is a side effect, what is the foundation of a connection?
Those different. That's why it was about we keep everybody the way they're explaining. They say the complexity about it. Call it biology.
No,
call
you,
it
I'm
physics.
asking you, Miss Karembo, Mama Kanisa.
What is?
What is the foundation of a connection? What it can, that thing that can stand alone, then now you build things upon it. Because clearly it's not love.
I think it's the basic resources that are on the ground.
Yeah,
The resources on the ground kwanza. Tuanzie hapo. The love thing comes to ascertain that one person or the other gets to receive the resources.
exactly. Because you cannot say even that holding you're saying self-love. Are you going to say what so that you get to the point you're saying that is self-love? What has happened?
So that's what I'm asking. Like I'm not. I'm
You are
also
you are
Karembo.
restricting resources to yourself.
Exactly. So it's until the point where now if you want to make now other definitions beyond just the self-love, you now have to now look at which is the other, though you're calling it resource, that needs to be available for that event to happen. And then we have love there. Because as we said, it's a result of an event. And the event is only happening when we have two resources connecting.
I think
That's how I'm looking at
what
it.
I've picked from you, something that I think I can ride with, I can comprehend, is the basis of love. Is self-love. Then I'll ask again, what is this love? What is
The whys keep on coming.
yes, what is this
Keep on
self-love?
coming, Yeah.
So let me ask, for example, for you, Diesel, considering like you do have a lot of self-awareness that you have, would you say that you have self-love? Or you discovered your own kind of what you'd relate to as
I would
self-love
say-
for Diesel?
I would say there is no destination to self-awareness, to finding yourself. There is no this is who I want to be. It's as uncertainty after uncertainty. You know? So what I thought was self-love, nakuja napata more question. You go like, okay, is this self-love or is this now pure isolation? Unajua kuna ile time unaweza sema ati mina I just want to be with myself till the day I'll find someone to align with. But for you to find someone to align with, you have to connect with people.
You have to test.
Yes, you have to go out there and interact. So, meaning, you come again and ask yourself, is isolation again self-love? Why am I closing myself? So, the questions keep on coming. It's not that at now I can say, this is, Mimi, I actually self-love myself. No. There are times, brah.
Do you remember what I told you when I began about that self-love thing? It's kind of, it's an excuse. I don't find, because everybody chooses to use it the way they want. You see, somebody says, somebody will say, I'll stop giving people money. I used to give people money. Another one will say, no, I used to spend so much time. Or one other one is, kuna hii ingine ya mawalk, inaitwa sijui emotional labor. So everybody comes up with what to feel. It's kind of a placeholder for whatever other bullshit somebody wants to use, which in my opinion just boils down to one thing. I want to be a bit selfish because shit, I can't handle you motherfuckers. And by the way, I tried and you guys burnt me. That's usually the long explanation. Or sometimes it's like, I'm just a bitch. I don't want to give you. Why do you want me to give you my things? That wouldn't sound very nice in terms of societal acceptance. So you go something like, self-care.
Unagongo na label hapo.
Yes, because it's PR. In the end, it's PR. In the end, you see, if you just tell them, mazee mimi niko na do fulani, lakini nataka nitumie kwangu. I don't want to give anyone.
Sitaki kukuambia hapana.
Nataka tu hii do nitumie peke yangu. Yes, I know I do not need the iPhone 25. I know. But I'm going to buy it because I want it. No, I know your kid is sick. I know. I feel bad, but I want my iPhone. You see, that won't sound nice to people.
But
So
that is not selfish.
No,
That's
listen.
selfish.
No, listen.
It's
Okay,
not. It's not
not-
selfish.
No,
It's
listen.
not.
Whether it is or not, when you put it out,
It is selfish
that.
to the other people.
yes,
Yes, to others
because
it's
the survival instinct that you also want societal acceptance just in case you need help. So it becomes that people are playing that game. So mazei iPhone 16 isipoipata mazei itaniangusha ka level hivi na nilikuwa nataka so in your head you justify how you want, but in the end you know also that I need survival here, so I'll just tell them mazei I need self-care. Mazei, things have been very hard. I just need to make my own investments for now. Whatever you
So,
Yeah.
so Albo, like you in your rabbit hole, what would you say is the foundation of like an authentic connection?
I think need.
Need.
You have to need what the other person has. Yes. Everything else
Then with the need now, sasa everything you build on
you
the
build on that because you need that person to build the thing.
But you,
Call it whatever it is. But if I need you to build a successful podcast, we'll work it out. So I might bend backwards a bit to get your assistance. So the negotiation happens. Well, okay, so you're there. So if that need is not there, like then what? Because everything is hard. The moment it gets hard a bit, what makes this going? If I need you, like I must say, man, fuck, we've invested so much, but imagine now if it just dies, then now it builds on top of that. Then, yeah.
so meaning with that, love should never be the focus of discussion.
That's why
But I feel
the old school people had it right.
That's that
Yeah.
it should be the need.
It was actually an add-on
Yes.
onto other things. The major
No,
See, like,
no,
because-
love was brought me at
your dad would say, Dani's daughter, she finished Form 4. She was supposed to go to Form 6. Like, she's a bit slow, but she's a very good person. So, what do they say after that? Oh, that side, Dad, you've seen how he's, he finished university. They are trying to match the thing. It's not about your feelings. So one time they do some party, then you guys are met. Let's see if if they can coexist in the same space. Then it happens because it's not. It's then you
There's
see
a
you
big,
because you see us guys. Our threshold is very low. We get hard for just about anything. That's why it's there like that. So even if you can drop standards very quickly, tuendelee.
Baiko wewe.
It's true hapo naweza itikia juu unaangalia mwanaume ameangusha standards ziko kwa flow bro. What's up with
Ni yeye ndio anaelewa kwa nini ako hapo.
ni nini bana?
No, see, we've all drunk with our buddies. Still, we lay hours of the day.
Niko sawa
Unaona mtu ameshika kitu kingine anamwambia boss, she has a different color on this side.
anakuambia
Anakuambia acha.
niko sawa.
Una hate sasa.
kwani wamekuza nini? Wamekuza
No, si
mahali.
venye unasema nini, nasema yani ukikatazwa huko ile aweza una hate.
Kwa mse mwingine inakuwa very 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 different because maisha yake hiyo love amko hata in the same plane of existence na yeye yanaichukulia very differently from you. And I imagine siku moja ati wewe na umse mtakutana na mfanye kitu na yeye, then it makes you now question, okay, what the fuck by the then love means use and disuse. Tunatumiana mpaka tunafika mahali ya plane whereby we cannot go beyond this and it dies off. You move on to the next.
Hiyo kitu yenye ilikuwa ina happen. You see, like, that's why that thing of meritocracy was very good. What can you give? When it done, who the fuck are you? Then you see, because there was always, they knew that the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. That's why they looked into your family. It's not that every person who comes from a bad family will be bad, but the chance of them turning out bad is high because their culturalization is bullshit. So whose son is he? Oh, kale kamulevi ka huko chini. Tayari you've been dropped like 3 classes, like just because your dad was a drunk. But if your dad was a drunk and rich, you kind of maintain your because in the end is what
familia iko sawa tu.
kanakunywa sana kanaimbaimba hapa lakini kuna pesa.
Kuna pesa.
You see, the end is survival has forgiven him. The poor person is sasa we hata una kakitu unalewa nini?
Kunywa nini bana?
Because all this, you see that the thing is, if you think about it critically, it all comes down to that survival aspect. Because you are seeing this guy is diminishing his capacity to produce. Kwa mlevi. You know it. Even for a rich person, you kind of maintain the respect because the resources are there. But still, if you find a rich person who is not a drunk, you have more respect for the rich. Because you know this guy his effect will be longer. So for more people, for a longer time, we are with this person. That's huyu mlevi wacha tukule tu sasa hivi 3 months hivi itaisha. That's how I try to square that circle.
I'd never thought about it on the need basis. Meaning, I'm still, Yani, me in my head, I was like, I feel love has been put out there as something to limit you in a certain, you know, in a certain, sijui niite bond ama niite what. It's like it is a narrative given to slaves.
But now if you say that, we have examples of people who have shown that their love, they don't want to be closed in a box. Look at, for example, like what Bonnie and Clyde did. They're like, fuck it, we're going to steal wherever.
Yeah, but in the
But that
bottom,
is
in the
stupid.
end,
They
both
died.
of them they were trying to steal because they're trying to survive. But
Therefore,
because they
some-
were stupid,
Okay,
then you
okay,
see,
English mapenzi.
not every survival tactic works.
Bana.
This one was
Correct.
just a stupid one.
Yeah.
And then because this bone, this is why these sentiments we have where a woman's first experience with a man is so profound. It's like it overrides a lot of the survival instincts. So,
Yeah, it's-
so because you've seen that happen a lot. I think that's what's used to manipulate people. But I can short circuit this system here. All of a sudden, somebody can make like you see. Can I tell you what that trap was? Romance movies, diamond rings, romance books, all that stuff. I think that was the virus. It was injected in the system.
Into the system.
Which created, how do you say? It creates
And
the need to please becomes almost insatiable. So that you're willing to do as much as is possible, humanly possible, for you to have access.
so
You
can
see,
I? There's something.
And there's no real, you don't really have, you've not even calculated the real value yet. But you're willing to go hard, Because look at it this way: our grandfathers, those ones who had resources, had 2-3 wives. There was no
Love, no.
no.
And-
It was utility. Look at these houses of mine, and you see, for him, because he could pull that off, his respect
Ikapanda.
in Apanda and actually even research has been done that everybody. That's why, like, when you're around a powerful person, there's a way you feel different from a guy who's a piece of shit. You've never seen that. Like you're not even planning to feel it, but suddenly you're just giving this guy respect. Yeah, you don't even know his background so much, but you've seen the resources. The way he talks is confident, smells clean. The same way it will be for a woman. Like there's immediate. You have that respect. It's already ingrained. Okay, is this a potential? So it's immediate. It's the way when you see a nice curvaceous, then you say, hey, this one can handle childbirth properly. And on top of that, this soft skin shows that the life has not been hard on her, so the mentality has not been fucked with.
So now I'm looking at it from a place of because of that virus that has already been embedded into our brain. Now the people now start thinking that, like, now this drama we heard of this guy who did that whole week, coming on Spaces, crying about what women did to him, because he thought loving the woman will bring all these other necessities that you're saying. Because now we've made it a priority instead of looking at the way we were looking at. Can these persons have other things apart from
what
that?
I say is that people are overpaying for mediocre products. You see, the thing is this: a woman can wear good clothes, perfume, nini, but she's been fucked by 300 guys. So if you are not discerning at that particular moment, you would buy a fraudulent product for very high cost. The same way, a guy can come, he's gone to the gym, he looks hot, smells good, and then
Unaweza nitaja jina,
drives no, but you
Nini?
see, it drives. You see, we are driving the stakes high.
Yeah,
Driving his cousin's BMW. So this stupid women fall there. They give him.
A win is a win.
Then so there are 3, 4, 5 women with his kid. Look, 3, 4, 5 women have his children. and they all fell for it because it came packaged. So
it was a trick.
They all bought by more. But you see, by the time it's found out, like, shit, I bought this. You see, that time, like, Tao, like, there's a time somebody sold me a phone with a stone inside. Right? And I remember why it was sold to me, the stone inside. I knew it was greed. It was greed. It was pure greed. It was greed, and you see, they used that against me. But when I got, like, I was trying to switch it on, then I opened it and I realized, you see, it took me a few days to get over that shit. I was like, God damn, you're stupid, you mother. Like, I wasn't even mad at the guy. Like, what the fuck? Like, Nick, what is, like, that is how much, like, that deception cost me. Like, so imagine. Well, imagine you've been duped.
You fell in love with the phone.
My friend. No, sasa, imagine that. Now transport that same emotion. Umelipia mtu college.
Namngoja umoe.
Umemnunulia gari.
Akapata kazi.
Alafu umempea mpaka job. Ama umemfungulia kampuni, umempea tenda 2. Then you realize at the end of that, all that investment, kumbe ilikuwa imboste. What the fuck? By the way, that's why you see these guys go berserk and shoot people.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck?
Nalienda mpaka home.
No. You see,
Yeah.
that's why me, I advocate for experience. Don't get your first blowjob in your 40s.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake. Some of these guys got their first blowjob in their 40s. Now they're spending all their entire work on hoes.
Bro,
My friend.
unapata experience towards the end.
Aye.
Kwa hivyo, does this
Actually,
this
you shorten
hii kitu ya kupata experience, does it apply on both genders ama?
Yeah, it does.
I had a very good argument for it.
Kwa hivyo pia wanawake waanze tu mapema tu msika.
I had a good argument. Itaitwa misogyny, but I don't care. The good argument is that the experience of, and you see also the experience here, wase pia uwezi kuwa too all gang ho, like there's always an excess of everything, because I think even for a guy, after you fucked a certain number of chicks, you just don't give a fuck. It doesn't matter whether atakuja kwa aje ushakula, anakaa aje ushakula, style gani ushafanya. So it becomes kind of habit. So the importance of this is lessened. I think that happens more profoundly with chicks. Like once amepigwa stick enough, it's nothing. I think it just loses meaning. It becomes a tool. Huyu mse anaweza nunua iPhone.
Anaweza bageni
Shika
nayo
ba,
sasa.
mse, daddy, what's up?
For a man, it doesn't.
No, like there are some messages that girls send me sometimes. I'm not rich, I'm not nini, but they embarrass me. I feel bad for them. It's because of the desperation of it all. Oh, I'll do this, I'll show you. Okay, fine, okay. Like, it's just that I've done it like 50 times before. Like, it's not really a thing. But for her, anajua hii nikiseti hapa. Nitarushia watu 300, I'm getting at least 100 buyers. And then up 100 buyers, maybe even you'll find there's an MP katikati hapo, there's an MCA, there's a CS. Because wengine bana, you know, they were trying to hide being nice people in political office till the internet came.
You find that the net has been wide, trying to make sure it capture.
You see, like now, girls can see that this guy has money. You see, it's no longer like the guy will come out there with his Prado range or whatever and show you bundles of cash like this packed next to his vehicle. Like he has money seated next to him that can change her life. Like, what are you saying? They just inbox
Paka anamwambia, baby girl, I can change your life.
Yes. Inbox. Hiyo. It's not, the guy doesn't have the time.
Ya kumtumia ni kupiga picha.
Hapana, ni dem ashaona. Ashaiweka kwa Instagram or whatever. Madem ndio wana inbox. Hakuna shame. Ask some of these guys who show off cash. They show you the inboxes.
So, tuseme shame mingi. I don't venye umesema hivyo hakuna shame. Is because we don't want to accept the reality that some of these things we do are from need,
Yes.
not love.
Ama infatuation though you're saying.
Hakuna hata infatuation, ni need.
It's just you need
Yeah.
this thing.
So meaning kama tukielewa hivyo, you can't judge someone atusikie huu mjamati amefall in love na mtu mzee. Bro, ujui position huu mtu alikuwa.
Si unajua huyu musician huyu the 50 something sijui huyu musician Mluya huyo.
Mgani huyu ameoa mama mzee ama?
Yes.
Yeah. Something
Like-
angel.
Yes,
Guardian Angel.
Yeah, that one.
all of us know exactly what that shit is. There's no mistaking it what it is. The thing is, he can say, "Oh, he's loved that. He's never had anyone like." Of course, he's never owned an iPhone. He's never driven a Benz. He's never lived in a 6-bedroom mansion.
But you see now here is what I'm saying now,
Yes.
Albo. You are judging him,
I'm not.
yet you understand
I'm not
him.
judging it.
Even if he says he loves that woman, it's coming from an authentic point of need, right? Like the love came as a condition.
No, I think you see, in my opinion, she gave him a taste of what that life is like.
And
See,
give
he's
a
not
condition.
he's not from a rich background. She gave him a taste. Like, nigga, do you know what life is? Kuja nikushow. Una first mtu anakuja ukupik na E-class. Gari iko soft. Umeingia gari ya huyu ya Eriko. Umeingia gari ya Eriko. Soft kufikisha hivi na bado umefika kumekubaliwa umepewa Ford hiyo umeona kila mtu anapiga inge. Umeona hiyo kwanza umedungwa ego basi unapigwa. He's feeling good everywhere. Akishafika hapo kuna mambochi wawili kwa amepika ile marinated chicken na nini. Hapo hivyo na bado kamepiga gym hajanaona kai mbaya.
Meaning he's justified
Yes,
to be in love
100%.
with that old woman.
100%. You see, I don't think he would, if I can envision what he went through, I don't think he can withstand it. He couldn't withstand it.
There was no way he was not going to say no.
No, he couldn't. It was too much. Like, hiyo, wacha nikwambie.
Aliingia mwili yote alijitumbukiza akasema sitoki.
Can I be real with you? There's this asshole who used to be a friend of mine. He's a total asshole. Total
Yeah,
asshole.
that nigga must be an asshole.
Total. But let me tell you something. See, one time I was suffering. I was looking to, unajua ile zile landlord amekupigia tete sana, si ndio? This guy was in a position to give me that money. But I know he's bullshit. You have to go drink with him, waste time, chase horse, whatever. But he has money, but he looks for that company. His company is not very good. When he gets drunk, he becomes a stupid rich kid. You know, it's that whole thing. But I knew this guy, nikispend time kidogo tu hivi, atanipea hiyo do. So we hung out kidogo. Then he gave me the money very early on, even before drinking, because he knew my situation. In my head, I started liking the guy. So, listen. No. So, you see, the fact that every one of us has had that effect. So, the fact that happens, I know this guy couldn't withstand. Alitungwa tu uzuri.
Unaona, ukisema hivyo Albo, for me now, at least ina explain a lot. Ile the reason tumejajiana harshly inakuwaga ni juu sisi we view shit from a love point of view, not the reality, the need point of view.
Yes.
Unajua juu hata unaweza pata ati kama unashangaa, unaweza kaa ushangae mbona mtu amependa mbochi. Unajua uko like huku na do unaishi Canada.
Guys, umesema lazima udunge.
Unajua like jamaa anaweza get kitu yoyote lakini bado anapenda mbocha. So si tutakuja tumjudge tuangalie juu tunamwangalia from point ya need, kumbe pengine jamaa need yake hatunamwangalia from point ya love, but need yake hiyo point
inasotiwa na wewe mbochi.
Anataka mdem mwenye ni mnaivu. Unajua ndo mwenye anambamba. Hiyo point yani akikuwa na dem mwenye ajui vitu.
Hiyo ndio anataka.
Hiyo ndo inambamba. Akifunga mlango hivi yako na ujalock.
Unasikia tu vizuri. Do you remember that thing was like so? Hiyo kitu ile hivi. like you see, like back in the day, like when you're having sex with a mshamba or a naive chick,
kienyo
eti she'll be covering her eyes like so. Just
ama zimata
Kimkono.
Anashinda hivi.
unaona, so kuna watu wengine unajua mtu akijifanya hivyo shit ni
Sasa
mnasema nini bana, yani hapo ndio amegonga. Buda anatoka wenyewe mnamwangalia unaanza kushangaa, yani buda unapendaje huyu mtu, buda uelewi.
Yes, amjui.
But ile ni that effect that you're looking for. Oh.
you see, like for me, for a very long time, I have to be honest with you, I used to pretend like I like watching twerking videos. Because so in my head,
let me
you
see that ass clap.
You see, no, I was watching it and in my head, okay, I'm like, okay. I was trying to get more out of it, I guess. Like, okay. So the next one and the next one is the same thing, the fucking same thing. And in my head, I'm like, this shit really doesn't look that good either. Because I realize a lot of the people
You must have really watched it, bro.
no, wacha nikwambie kuna
Akona
time.
cellulite.
No, you see, kuna time uko kwa Instagram. I used to be on Instagram like, why can't I see anything else? It's just this shit. Kumbe umewatch hizo mingi, algorithm
Hiyo
imekupangia.
ndio inajua.
Nakuwekea zote hapo.
So I realized I actually became like I have disdain for chicks who twerk online. You see, like kuna hii dance ile sensual nini, it's very different from twerking. Twerking looks like a dirty,
Mtu ako na
low
njaa.
down disease thing.
It's a fetish, bro.
Oh, you give your search.
Hiyo ndo chenye nani aliona albo hiyo. Mask.
Alishindwa ni nini ameona. Botox
No,
zimefanya.
and you see, the thing is, I guess also because a lot of this BBL assets became now the popular ones.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I don't know about you, but that shit looks whack, man.
After you had experienced it though, nigga, you really watched that shit for
No,
you.
that's but
for you to
see-
reach there.
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
so
but you see the experience.
you can't come beat it down.
No.
Let those who have started enjoying it, please do.
Kuna watu wameenjoy hapa 15 years.
Unataka
non-stop.
kusema nani?
Kuna watu 15
Bara anatoa Putin kwa hiyo ngori aje.
Kila gift.
Anatoa kina gift kwa hiyo ngori. Wewe sasa hizi gift unajua mali amekaa hivi alafu aone
Mbocha naweza akona
bro mbocha ati akona tu matako alafu unajua ni nguo zile zenye ni nguo ya kufua.
ile inaonyesha hadi kila inkianda wa
Buda,
shwa.
sasa inaonyesha ameingiza nguo
Moja.
ndani. Yaani kuna
Moja iko juu ingine iko chini.
This guy is graphic like akona moja na angalianga daily.
gift akikaa hapo anaonaga hiyo. Alafu unakuja unamwambia twerking is bad. Na sasa anakaa hivi anashangaa.
Ndio maana uliambia Karembo avae dera.
Lakini Karembo unajua ni modern. Hapo ndo mwalimu upendea Karembo. Karembo anachezaga fashion clip.
Wacha nikwambie, I stopped messing around with sex a long time ago in terms of kutoipea heshima. Because sometimes you wake up with
What do you
some
mean
chick.
kutoipea heshima?
Ebu go
You see,
back
the
to
thing is the power it has. You see, that's why I'm not overly, how do I say? I wouldn't be too judgmental with young guys, especially when they're chasing Pudesh. It's because sometimes you wake up with some chick and you ask yourself, what the fuck? Like, what did I see here? Like, what is this?
Ongelea yule bausa wa club bro. Ongelea
Like, hii ni nini? Sasa, what's wrong with me?
What are you saying?
You see?
I'll get out of here.
mkiwa na Sultan nyinyi na mabausa wa club tunajua. Asubuhi unaamka unaona 1824 security huko. Niliachiwa t-shirt.
What happened? Nilikuwa vitu nini? What did I see?
What have I done? Hii ni nini sasa nimechukua hii?
Madem mabounce wa Kenya si ati wako na definition. Ni kunaona
Bro, ni block. Ni block iko hapo hivyo. Alafu unajua worst of all ni gani? Utoke buda umetrip kwa nini ya mayai bro. Kumbe ulibeba demu.
Kana smoke tatu.
Gonga tatu smoky nini.
Hata ulimsaidia kuibeba muiweke
Ulibeba
ndani.
sasa mpaka unaanza kukumbuka hiyo siku. Mkibebana na trolley.
hiyo ni njaa.
So that is what Albo ulikuwa unamaanisha
Yes,
by ulimalizana na mambo ya sex kitambo.
Hey, boss, you have to have respect. Otherwise, you'll do some strange things. That's why I know that your biological urge imewekwa to such a force. It's very easy to see why men were convinced to like, you must kneel down and ask her to marry. You were convinced. Nobody. It was never there. You marry me? Yeah, is
na wewe mwenye unapiga magoti hadi you understand mbona unafanya hivyo.
Yes.
Budo uko hiyo zone mbaya. Wewe hata chenye unaambiwa hadi unaambiwa ati mimi mwanamume siwezi piga magoti, unatokezea unasema my friend you are not a man yet.
You nakwambia the pool. You see the pool that you can pick a horse from the club mpaka kwa keja. Kesho sahili everything is clear like the fuck.
No, this one is based on a true story.
I'm telling you I can see ba.
The one I wanna tell you is based on a true story. Jamaa alichota dem. Dem kwa mkasubuhi. Dem aliamka na glue.
Bado na load. Shit.
Kuna dem club.
Hey, okay.
Ian, please.
You would say his name, but yeah.
Nishamsikia, but yes.
I hope he amehil.
Actually, acha tu niseme niko host wa iko nini.
No man.
So glue.
Ati hakuna glue.
That's something.
Ilikuwa kwa chupa gani sasa, zile chupa za Fanta?
Wewe wacha. Unasema glue ya kusniff. Mimi nishia.
Erico, don't mess around with that thing.
No, kwani
na ilichapa drive right
gani?
No, si kulewa kiasi gani.
Pengine hata alilamba.
It's not the alcohol.
Inaweza support.
Okay, so
Inaweza support, bro.
it can come from a point of
kuna story ya bike, kuna story ya
Yes, you are
bike.
fully aware that this thing at that particular moment is happening.
Najua Albo utaki ku get into specifics ndio ushtuki like what the fuck was this I slept with?
Yes.
Bro.
Then we come back to lazima utumalizie yako.
No, let me tell you. I saw
tu.
this thing before I was drunk. It was right there with me the whole night.
So what happened?
Dick driven as in holiness iko hapa.
No,
Akili bro.
Hapana.
What do you mean hapana?
So kama hiyo ya glue haku notice ilikuwa imeshikilia chupa hivi ama watu
it
wazapenda.
doesn't matter. It's sexy at the moment.
Bro.
So we can overcome that. Hiyo sio ndo tunahitaji.
Yeah.
Is it the physique? No, is it the physique that you have
It's
seen?
not even that.
Bro.
Si hiyo tunata. Bro, that thing. Lazima nitoe hiyo.
So you're saying iko tu hapa.
Yes.
Hata saizo ananuka sweat. Haikusumbui.
Uongo wewe.
Ubebe mtu wa glue una wewe unasema nini?
Ujui.
Na uliona kunguni ikikupita hapa kwa shati.
But can I tell you this?
Ukaikanyaga ile
No, hapana.
kaimeisha.
Listen,
You guys
this
are
chick is
cute.
full of shit, by the way.
I'm not full
Achana
of
na
shit.
huyu.
Wacha nikwambie why you are full of shit.
Sasa niko full of
Wacha nikwambie huyu dem anajuanga one of the main things which women use to manipulate men is because they fully understand. This fucker once he's blind. He can't see. Okay, let's go this way. Okay, ndo hii.
That instance.
Okay, like they know. She knows.
But okay.
Unless you're a virgin.
No,
You're
I've
not a
done
virgin.
it. No, I've done it. But
Yes, but
see,
you know.
But you see, the even the guy that I ever did, like ile ya kumwambia, hii ni fala nataka kuamini itafanya vile nataka. Ilifanya, but alikuwa na hiyo ako na hiyo nguvu ya kuifanya. So I was like,
No, but you see, the thing is, even the way sometimes I've ever listened to Harvey Weinstein's audio when alikuwa naomba dem mwingine just 5 minutes man. Harvey Weinstein, okay, one of the most powerful Hollywood film execs to ever exist. He's begging this nobody woman. It's just 5 minutes. Don't make an enemy out of me because of 5 minutes, man. Like he's ready to destroy her life.
Bruh. I am giving my entire empire for this
I'm
shit.
telling you, this guy is at the moment of he is about to give her everything or destroy everything
for 5 minutes.
For 5 minutes. So
And
I'm
it wasn't
telling you,
even fika that 5 minutes.
yeah, don't even fuck around with me. That's what I be here. Shima is.
Baiko ebu tuambie.
Umeendaje?
Baiko ulifanya nini?
Kuna gift anasema ati hii ni Avengers ya malaya. Everyone in that room is united because of umalaya. Avengers assemble.
Wow.
Unafanya nini hii room?
You're part of these Avengers.
You
Kwanza
secretary.
Kwanza ni Ant-Man.
Exit chat room, bro.
Ati Baiko ati what was your experience, bro?
Buda nakumbuka kuna dem fulani. Wala si dem.
Ati?
Yes,
si dem.
Si dem.
Okay.
Si relax. Nini. Hey bwana. Si story ni yangu.
But mi kuna mtu amebeba dem lem kutoka kwa lem ile like
Acheki huko tusiende huko.
Mpaka hapa.
Tusiende huko. Tusiende huko tafadhali, tulikuwa kwa Baiko.
I think nitakuja na game ya kusema mtu atabox kitu amekula.
Mchekelea na tuko pamoja bro.
Bro, mimi niko hapa na relate na shit. Wewe unaona venye nimefuatilia album niko bro. I am getting
Naweka mguu hapa unasema, "Kwani imetoka?"
Wacha hivyo. Bana kuna sasa unaishi kama unaogopa ati unaweza ivunja. Kumbe
unaanza kuitafutia cushion.
Unaogopa bana inakugonga.
Tuweke mguu hapa.
Man.
Bro.
Ati Baiko what was yours?
Siku moja ilikuwa bashi ya one of my friends. Na alikuwa na kapa inaitwa NTSA. So akaniambia manze tukutane. Tuende bash tukasherehe kidogo. Tukaingia hapa Ngong Road. Hiyo club sijui inaitwa Tamasha ama ni nini.
Tamasha saizi.
Tamasha?
This to be somewhere.
Opposite hiyo junction ya Yaya. Si opposite exactly.
Ninapo mbele. Saizi ni Quivers.
Ni Quivers? Ala. So tumeenda hapo and tukapata mabesti wake wengine. Pia kuna besti wao mwingine alikuwa na nini na bash. Alafu some few rich kids hapo. Akasema ameita madem. Mimi hata sikuwa shughuli ya madem hata kidogo. Bro, mimi nimeboeka already. Mimi nilikuwa nafikiria this is a night for just kitu ka polite and chill tuende home. Sasa umekuja kunileta kwa wase. I mean, I was already bored. Alafu I'm looking at the chicks that are there. I'm like, nah, these chicks not at all. Akani nikasikia manzi hasa ya Bambi. Acha kuna mademo wengine tunawaita. Let them come.
Batch.
Akakam. Mademo alikam ni wa mama, bro. I'm looking at this bitch like, what the moja ni mama, mwingine amekamkaa na chana. Msako na kitaksi na
Taxi bandi.
mapua ni white. Nini hapa? Bro.
Ati madem mwingine.
Tumekata maji hata sina shughuli hata ya mmoja hapo bro. Lakini ukiniuliza venye tulianza kupiga story na alikuwa anajaba. Mimi hata siwezi jua. Mpaka tukaingia.
Na bado hapo kunywa maji in a sober state.
In a very sober state. At first.
Alignment to the core.
Bro. Tumeanza kupiga story. Tukachapa hapo whisky kidogo. Tukasikia manze tuende club nyingine. Tukatoka. Nikambeba mpaka kwa gari yangu. Tukaenda.
Umembebea paka kitu ya nini? Takataka.
Usikia kwa taxi.
Si ndio amebebewa paka unaweza weka takataka hapa.
That time, mera sijui anafanya nini na hizo mataki. Sijui.
Watu na watu njugwa na nini na tu wale.
Bro, hiyo ni shida yako manze. Fungua dirisha bwana. So tukaenda mpaka hapa Yaya.
Tools zinaisha.
Mkaenda mpaka?
Yaya Center hapa Big Club. Tukafika Big Club. Jamaa huko ni best yetu. Katutafutia mpaka meza.
Na hizi kulitumia pesa?
Hapana, hiyo siku kwa pesa yangu.
Okay.
Wewe.
Tunashafua wengi.
Ningeshanga ungebeba yani.
Big Club.
Okay,
Sisemi ya disco tumia lakini.
Okay.
Tuachane na expect ya
Yes, focus.
We are not here for the money.
Yes.
Kuna gender.
Bro, tukaingia hapo kidogo. And then so unaona kuna kitambo ilikuanga na lounge za black. Tukaenda huko tukakakona. Sasa wamegroup mimi nimebaki na ule. Ukiniuliza vile tulianza kupigana mate, mimi sijui.
Na
Taxi ile kwa wapi?
Sijui bana. Buda, mimi
Love is a bad thing.
ukijua venye mimi nachukia mademu anachana
Love.
na nikajipata hapo, alafu tunaanza kupiga story, kumbe dem ni neighbor yangu kwenye nime grow up.
Shit.
Kwanza ananiambia nene nimedrop kwao.
After me exchange taxin.
Bro, mimi kwa mdomo tu.
Inaonekana ni kama hatutaki kuingia story ya viwete but
Umeona facial expression ya Dizo?
Ya kiwete imeshinda bro. No, ya kiwete ni better bro, taxin imeshinda. Sidhani kama unaelewa what bro.
Niko hapa nashindwa.
Kwa midomo tu ukiwa kwa side unaona tu. Lakini Odem alikuwa na jig. We.
Chest control hapo ndo mali ulipotelea sasa.
I think hata sikuwa najua. Mimi nilikuwa tu. Best yangu alikam.
Hizo ni effects za hiyo taxi ulikisa.
Mimi nakwambia best yangu alikuja.
Yeah.
Ananijua vizuri sana. Alituacha hapo kwa lounge. Alikuja tu akakaa hivi. Nikamwangalia, ameniangalia.
Anangoja hata ublink.
Mimi bana,
I am not okay. Blink hata twice.
Like you've lost one.
na mimi namfanyia.
Kuangalia kwa nini imefanyika hapa.
Labda hiyo dia alikuwa amesema wacha nijaribu nione kama leo. Akapata jamako, hata
Survive.
Uligonga.
Bro, vile nilipigwa hivi na upepo nje tu, vile nilitoka hivi like what the fuck. Lakini nilipeleka huko.
alikuwa amemanifest.
Oh my god. Putin. Putin usiebe.
Putin akoshai.
Putin
Akoshai.
uliokota gani wewe?
Bro,
Wewe ni gani uliokota
niliokoka
ukaamka ukaiangalia?
Nisema acha ishe.
Unapatanga umekaa club, there's some unassuming old women just sitting, just hanging. They were old women tu wamekaa kwa kona tu hivi, wanajua hakuna mtu atasleki tu hapa hivi anibebe. Changalia tu hawa vijana. Acha wana wawili washamwangalia hivi, moja na sleki.
Baiko alikuwa kitemeo. Hataki tu kukubali. Alifikishwa kule Odem akatema kama sasa.
Come darling.
That's so ouch.
Kama sasa. Hiyo ya Baiko na imeshinda.
Where are we from? Where we ended up here talking?
Like we were talking about
survival na
tumekuwa tukijajiana. But in real sense when someone
The
is
need.
it's a need.
We are fighting demons.
So
Unajua?
I think it's coming from that need mnasema.
So
like,
whatever someone whenever
yes.
someone does something that maybe you are not in that position to need such context, wewe utakuwa holier than thou. Unajua?
But holier than thou is also a defense mechanism. When we are trying to say unaweza fanya kitu kaa hiyo, we are inadvertently trying to say mimi siwezi fanya vitu kaa hizo, me am higher quality. In the end, that's what it means when you're trying to be holier than thou. It's rarely to do with.
Na ni juu hujakuwa kwa hiyo situation.
No. Umekuwa hapo na ukafanya exactly what they did. The kitu yenye unakemea umeshaifanya. That's why right now you have to try a distance.
Unaogopa kwenda hapo unakuwa spiritual.
Now you have to be spiritual, my friend.
What the fuck is this? Hii ni nini unafanya?
It was the devil.
You see, let me tell you, there's nothing people fight more against than things they've done themselves or come dangerously close to doing. They know they have the capacity to do the exact same thing. Because you see, like now, the way we were laughing about having sex, it's ridiculous looking women. When you are like at the height, like you're drunk, you're horny as hell. None of us is trying to say, oh, you know me. It's because we've all done it. Because, you know, everyone has gotten to, if you ever in that position, it's gotten back. Even if you didn't beba that day, you've looked at her with her hump, and a short leg. You're like,
Sijafika hapo. Albabu, tell us about this hump, bro.
Apiga dogi kama
unaona ule wa kujitoa. Unaona sio what I just said. Wale wanajitoa kutoka mbali.
Wanajua.
Mimi hata sijaifikia hump. You see,
Don't be ashamed.
I'm trying to
Sijafika.
anaanza kusema
I'm
magoti.
trying to be dramatic and he's already defending himself.
I cannot do that.
I cannot. Me hump.
I'm trying to make mine look better.
No, it can be anything. Ana meno tatu hapa juu, whatever. See, it's there.
But let me tell you one
Alafu,
thing.
unajua
Wacha nikwambie,
Nani ametuma
tukaongea tu kweli. Albo, wacha nikwambie.
Kwa sababu even us ladies, definitely there are moments that get there where you ask yourself, what the fuck am I doing? Who ni nani? Nimejipata aje hapa? Like shit.
you realize he didn't clean his balls.
Sasa
His
uko ovulation 101.
Bro, bedhe mmenotice kitu moja? Your realization inafikanga wakati tu mko about kwenda hiyo session ya kutoa nguo ama after nguo zishatoka. Like fuck. Man. You're like now this one either unaanza kutime na need kuperform tu nijitoe tu.
Let me hasten the process. Huyu anaonekana 2 minutes.
kaende
Kuya.
hapo unaanza kuemploy special skills usikae hapo.
Na hata nikwambie it's even the way Nani was talking about. Chali amekuja ameflex amekuonyesha he can do this, he can do that. Wacha session ifike hapo ndipo na realize mazee I wish ungekuwa na bidii hivyo that ndio umebeba kule.
Utupatie nini?
Mtu
nimeisema.
amekushow trailer of the best shots of the movie. And it's 1 minute 30 minutes and the movie is 1 hour 30 minutes. And you only saw 1 minute.
Hata 1 minute haikufika. Mimi kwa nini watu wanadhani 1 minute ni short?
No, I'm not saying I'm saying like what has happened.
Oh.
She fell for the trailer.
For the
The movie 1 hour and the trailer they picked the best shots of the movie, which was total to 1 hour. The rest of the 1 hour
let you watch the movie. Hata kuiperetini ya 1 umejaribu sana. Mine was terrible.
and that's why I even tell people.
Musema till to date mu pray, not really pray but I'm glad what I'm saying, anybody who goes to be with that dude, I think either they're just lying to him, either it's for the money or something like that. I think for me it was ile sad part ya like na venya amejigamba yake yote alafu pale hivyo uko like kai nini amenitolea, how am I going to use it this thing? Kitu ni ndogo au iski amefanya theatricals
But kitu
God.
ndogo is not his fault.
Yeah, maombele bwana.
You have to be humane.
No, I'm gonna look at it as okay. I think it's so okay.
Sisi tunafanya service kwa viwete, wewe mbona unaweka?
You
Sasa
can't
mimi nilikuwa
tell.
no, wacha niseme nilitoka hapo I had to take
But
one for the
unaona difference.
Tumeanza kwa spiritual.
sasa mtu kama gift sasa
Difference.
itakuwa
Wacha nijidefend.
Kapo wanapata
Mimi nataka kujidefend. Unaona? Kuna kuagana hii ya
Kwa
Musema-
viwete wapi?
the worst sex I've ever had. Nilipata from one of the hottest chicks I've ever had. Hottest.
No, how they're lazy.
was
as fuck.
it
Yeah,
laziness
Yani
ama ilikuwa tu
haikuwa tu. Haikuwa. Yani unajua kuna zile si ati the pussy might be tight ndio but haiko like hakuna chemistry like mna struggle tu.
Sasa unaona ndio
Sani.
nani alikuwa anasema Karembo. Ameshafika hapo ako like shit. Sasa
Sasa wewe ulikuwa
Sasa mimi yangu ilitoka kwa kitu supu.
ndio hiyo sasa.
Easy mistake hizi.
no dem supu issue. Unajua me I accepted a long time ago. If a hot chick is enthusiastic when I'm fucking, it's a bonus. Yeah, since she was born, she was like 13, everybody wants to fuck her. Somebody said like hey, 14, 15, 16. By the time anakufikia hapo like sasa see, you've got me, so what do you want else? It's the lack of scarcity. She has no scarcity of dick. Ni maybe sasa apate sasa unajua kuna ule she gets the same. Si unajua kwa hao mademu wanapatanga ule msee. Si all of them, all those hot chicks, they have that one guy. She can't function. She's in a happy relationship with maybe a kid or two. Then he shows up and she says, "Fuck this marriage, I am gone." So like this, it all people like that. It's always that one X factor. Iwezi kuwa tu mse tu ordinary.
No, lakini pia nimepata tu mademu asupu wenye hapa. Yani I was giving a comparison.
Yes.
Hii time yenye niliokota hii. Hii yenye niliko.
Ile unaenda kuona.
Heaven.
Today I'm going to do cutaway.
No. Ile yani hiyo time mpaka najiambia bro. Pull back. Mayday.
You're going too fast.
Bro, Mayday. Bro, toka. Hizo siku. Uo kiwete. Nilirudia bro. Kasi niliregret nikatoka nikaenda. Second time nilikuwa huko tena nikabidi.
Uko wapi?
Buda after hapo tena regret nyingine niko. Unataka kutoa mtu huko na nini? Na straight na wheelchair. Buda mmetoka hoteli na
wheelchair.
Oh yeah.
No, but you see the good thing. No, the good thing with that scene. Ocha nikwambie dizo. The good thing with that scene. Most people assume it's your relative.
People
just don't think this guy is from killing this thing.
Yes.
I'm compassionate.
Does it ever hit you
Anaweza kwanza
immediately?
kuambia, "We bro, tunaelewa. This one is
No, but
delusional."
it rarely hits you immediately that mzee ametoka kusmash hii kiwete. It's always maybe
Amekuja
is helping his
kumsaidia
sister.
Hauwezi hata unaangalia unalala aje na kiwete. Aje nini mbaya?
By the way, ni champions.
Kwani yeye si binadamu?
No, it works just
Binadamu.
fine.
Nobody will believe you hata ukiwaambia manze mmetoka kwa sex. Bra. Acha bana.
Wewe wacha zako.
That is bigotry.
Bigot ni.
Tawaingilia na walk hapo. The differently able. You know why are you against the differently able?
Unajua sisi lakini pia ukiangalia tu vizuri ni ile demonization zenye waliekwa tu.
But mnajua
But there's actually have I think a logical explanation
Okay.
for it. It's because why are you compromising your genes? That's what it's from.
That is in the context of
Eh,
reproduction.
yes.
Yes. But in the context of pleasure
Zini unakwambia, you see, that's what I'm saying, umeoverride hapo command control.
anajaribu kufanya escape kila kitu tu.
The mind just makes out something. She's not really that lame. Like, I don't know what these guys are saying. She's just like injured. She'll be well. Injured a bit.
Wacha.
Putin anasema urelate.
Putin hataki tu kusema. Putin unajua pale village pale.
Unajua kwa kina Putin hiyo area inajulikana na viwete.
Putin na hiyo gay. Atukusikii una stammer sijui una stammer nini.
Sema vipofu.
Oh, vipofu.
Vipofu
ndio
kama
interact na wao.
kona mwili sio ni sawa.
Yeah?
Sikako na mwili, that's it.
Unajua kipofu akana senses za kuona lakini
Akona
feeling senses.
everything is heightened.
So mse anakupea BJ ingine unasikia ni kama avatar.
Kwani
Ana move the
Wewe ndio
arm.
unasikia ama yeye ndio unasikia?
Bro, mimi
so this is an
nakwambia.
experience.
Anakuambia.
Ah.
Ana describe. So unaona nikaa brain.
Wewe umepata experience ya kipofu pia?
Kibogoyo kwa BJ ndio nimewahi. Nimekuwa noma sana.
Lazima atafute grip.
No teeth. Natural.
Kuna video fulani ya nini?
But wait,
Ya
you
mzee
two
blind.
bade mnaweza survive poa. Wewe yako ni kibogoyo. Wewe ulisema dema kona braces at one point.
Kwa nini unataka kututafutia?
Hapana, mna need kwenda ona.
Check
Tunafaa
hiyo
kuadvertise
video.
dentist.
Hiyo video kipofu amepewa nini wali translate nini porn into braille. So anapatia
Akastuka bwana.
sema shikashika hivi
Alifungua macho.
Returning sight to the Belain.
Lakini inaweza kuwa noma hiyo. I can imagine it.
But mimi nakumbukanga the first time niliingianga kwa Kuchi manze, kulikuwa na giza. Si ati na anything but kidole man. That was the same reaction. What the fuck?
Ijoto.
Ati joto ama maji natoka wapi?
Anakojoa.
Fuck manze. Kuna kitu inaendelea huko yenye uniambi.
No.
Bro.
But musema at this point baby.
Lakini Karembo unakaa umetembea hizi streets.
Ana relate na kila kitu.
kuna experience ya one leg hivi
One leg.
No.
kikono
No.
Si mkono
No.
moja. hata wale wanakoga kaa mkono
No.
shapen
Hapana. Ndio nasema I think for me ile disability nilipatana na kadiki kadogo.
Na mimi nakwambia
Hata macho chongo.
Dik ndogo ndo unaita disability.
macho chongo
Wewe.
kuna time ulikuwa unaniambia ulikuwa na jamaa wako anaweza kuongea lakini alikuwa na moon.
Bubu.
Sasa hiyo wapi huko?
Mimi ilikuwa niulize alikukatia aje?
Hapana. Ni hata naweza sema mimi sije atakula cuisine ya nje ya country. Hata mzungu no nothing. Strict diet yangu imekuwa always black.
Usijali, kuna jamaa anaitwa Arvinda na kam Kenya.
No, thank you.
Na kuna mtu anasema Dizo wako anafinya control alt delete. Alafu pale gift matusi tupu tu bro. Dizo alikula kiwete. He does not discriminate. Hallelujah. Tumeambiwa ni
Buda amwezi judge. Amujui need yangu hiyo time.
bro.
Man, amwezi kwa mna understand.
Alafu hapa naona kama ni typo amefanya. Amesema Baiko ni Captain America of the Himalayas. Nilikuwa nafikiria anamaanisha Dizo. Jusi mimi.
So nothing beats Dizo
kukula kiwete. Ndio nilikuwa nasema hivyo.
Ati nothing beats Dizo?
Kukula kiwete.
Yako yo hadi umerudi, bra.
Kiwete yake ilikuwa imeanzia wapi kwa mguu Dizo?
Hakuwa anatembea.
Azin kwa wheelchair. Wait, akona miguu but ni wait, ngoja. Zime affectua na nini? Na muscle atrophy.
Polio or something.
Ndio nataka kuuliza iko na muscle atrophy like azifanyi. So ulikuwa unarusha kama mguu juu.
Nakwambia.
Unakaeka hivi na
kuna wakati hadi unakashika unasikia ni kaka tavunji.
unasikia kakona nguvu fulani tu
Kwa umbali ya puti ndio unaelewa. Kiamu. Kuna nguvu fulani tu yani ni kaka na jack kwa umbali. Unashanga una try nini?
Nasi ni kuwa gazi manao gazi minapeka nguvu.
Inakubamba, unafikiria uko karibu kurudisha miguu.
Wapi unajua unashtuka lakini kuna hiyo thrill uko wow hakuna haziwezi fanya kitu.
Unasema ndio miujiza.
Dizo alikaa hivi akashikwa na need tena alitafuta dem tena.
Mimi baadhi alikuwa unajua kisura baadhi alikuwa poa. Baadhi hapa body alikuwa poa.
Shida ni lower
Game pia alikuwa poa.
Alitumia alikuwa ni alishika akakuzungushia pia.
Unajua pale kulikuwa na flexibility ya kuwa na kitu. Unajua ile ya nini miguu zote mmeweka. Yaani hiyo ndio iko tu. Unaniambia nini?
Hata niulize swali. Kuna saa alikuwa kwa floor.
Time yote buda alikuwa tu kwa bed.
So wase maze mimi nimeappreciate sana leo maze. Inabidi unajua nimeacha kitu mzee hapo kwa nyumba. Inaweza niruka leo.
Ni muhimu umesema kitu mzee. Ni muhimu umesema kitu mzee.
Unaweza lala nje.
Kuna maneno yalikuwa yanaendelea so I'm hoping I can join you guys again next round.
Haina noma.
It's okay. Yeah.
Because smarter.
Yeah.
What did I want to say?
Control alt delete.
hapa override. Nimeona hii kitu itabamba sana ikiendelea hivi, so I hope kwa wale watu wanasikia wanaweza endelea kusubscribe na kulike na kushare, kuweka comment ama vipi.
Kabisa. Yes. Na thank you for the earthly blessings.
Yes.
Nilisikia Gen Z wanasema light. Hiyo ingine ilikuwa gani? Love and light to you.
Love and light. Gen Z waliingia hizo mambo jambo zao mawok. Yeah. Hai aki Gen Z.
Lazima upgrade communication.
Lakini kuingishwa vibaya. Sasa hata mnaanza kuambiana masign zangu. Wase wacheni kufuata sign ni kama unatenda. Unatenda? Gen Z. Your style. Eti? No, lakini hawa nishaona washaanza kujiita madhei them. Wacha waone tuone mahali watafika.
Watafungua polytechnic.
Madhei them, na nimesikia pia siku hizi anyway. Lakini huyo ni Slay Queen amenini? Kiguru.
Bro.
Kiguru.
No, huyu can get it and she knows.
She can get it.
Si umeona kwa hapa hata anajifanya si anajua anapata. That's why she's talking like this.
Huyu anajua she can get it, she's been getting
Well,
it.
have you seen those videos of like guys taking midgets to ninis to inaitwaje marooms huko tao? Hamjaona hizo?
Casting coach.
Wait, unasema hii Kenya?
Yes, midgets like those two tunatembea
dog, wako
Lakini ukweli
job mbaya.
hakuna mtu anataka kujaribu midget.
I'm curious, I guess.
Putin na kuona.
Ni vile it feels like I'm having sex with someone who's disabled. I think I feel like
Uoni kani katoto.
It's a mixture.
Sasa katoto aje na ni mtu mzima anaongea hadi kama.
Huyu akifungua mdomo hivi unajua huyu si mtoto. Si unakumbuka likope. First of all, like hata hiki kifupi kinafanyanga
Inspector Mwala.
Mwala
is a total asshole. Well, if you meet him, he's just short, but they're just assholes like the rest of us.
Oh my God. Maybe it comes with shortness to the ground.
I would lazima to compensate.
I'm
curious, but I don't think I'm going to try. Acha niachie
Don't think.
This don't talk.
Don't think.
This okay. Unataka just go there.
Mimi nilisema pygmy nini? Albino. Askwe tu dwarf pekee.
Sawoni hadi ana relate na ndevu yao. Ati ana pigmentation kwa ndevu.
Akwe tu albino dwarf.
Otaki mambo handicap. Already yako na shida moja.
Tushatiki yo bucket list.
Wacha nikuulize
handicaps ni 2 hapo.
Ukiwa na hiyo need, would you consider when you get them kama love?
I guess so. Because they love met the condition I need at that moment.
Which is shortness and nastiness.
I'll start with the shortness. Then sasa tuki interact tukuje tuanze ku create conditions sasa. Respect,
Honor.
You know, we are now aligned to the same vision, trust. Before you know it, go nakapenda.
Tufunge ndoa
before tukuje anibo. Hizo respect ni hizi anze kutoka turudi kwa hate. As in it's just a dance. Like hate na love are not the main thing. These are just side effects.
Yeah. Over connection.
Of the safe environment needed for a connection. Even if mineza
yeah. And mimi I think pande yetu si tuna over explainingi hii kitu. Or rather tunaiatachingi kwa vitu hata hazifonani. Hata hazi need kukua hapo in the same sentence. But we are trying to ni kama compensate. Because if you look at it, inalingana na ile environment yenye huko. For you to now define love. Juu kama huyo kiwete, mtu anashangaa si wanafanya nini pamoja. But hawezi muelezea juu hayuko in the environment. Unapata? Na ukiendelea hivyo una get 2 things. One, love ina exist peke yake. Sasa ni wewe unajaribu gravitate towards it. Unaona? Unaenda ukiseparate vitu zenye unaona they are not that thing. Ndio mlikuwa mnasema sasa pale kwa unaingia kwa self love. Unaanza kusema viwete walinivunja moyo, acha nitoe. Midgets walinivunja moyo, acha nitoe.
Albino.
Nimebaki na nani? Albino. Nimejaribu farasi. Hapana. Naweza enda hapo. It's just a nini.
It's an it's an example. So it's got nothing to do with
You keep on going until you find something that is now fulfilling to you. It is constantly hitting that dopamine spot.
Something that meets your need.
Exactly. Ni kama sasa vile watu wanaanza tuseme tunaweza nini categorize kitu na drugs.
Something like that. It's anything that deals with the dopamine high. Is the same group.
So ina depend na how long unataka that dopamine effect ikue. Short term, long term, you're going to look at it.
No, for love you can't control it.
Iko
ile itakuja condition fulani ikikuja ikataze ni hate utapata unajua at least for drug unaweza icontrol. Ikiisha unaongeza. Love huwezi isha ati upende tena immediately, inabidi tena you heal tena ndio upende tena.
True enough. Yeah, and ukiangalia sana kwenye society yetu imefika. Do you think people understand their needs?
I think we do. We are just too ashamed of them.
I know what way.
Like you don't need if you know you need money but you don't have a certain skill set ama a certain qualification that is prestigious in the society, hautatokezea ati una need money in the sense of wewe bado utakuwa unabagua, utaki kuonekana hata kuna majobs huwezi fanya kama kuuza mayai nini. Yani kuna majob kukua konkodi but yetu unahitaji do. Upende usipende. So utapata si kama ile unapata watu waocha wakikuja au wana understand their needs. So yeye anakuja anaingia kwa job yote juu anajua yeye ni nini anataka. But mtu watao unajua una do lakini utaki kufanya kama kashia pale kwa super.
Unaambiwa utaki kuwa farmer.
Na unajua una do. Utaki kwenda home ukalime.
Bro.
So I think we do know we do understand our needs. We are just too ashamed of
to address them.
To address them.
Cause now hiyo inaweza kupata place yenye bro.
Bro, if imagine imefika mahali unataka kukulana, your need is kukulana, and the only woman you can afford at that moment is a hoe. Yote ukiita dem hivi kuna part ya Uber ama kuna part ya food, unapata hiyo ni unaenda unamlipa 120 ama ni 200 hizo zenye za tao na umemalizana, but you don't want to come out and say that.
But will that not be more of you'll have to compromise so that you get that need sorted?
No.
Because kumbuka this whole ndio wakati umlipia 150. It may not be to you have to overlook some things.
No,
the time,
there's no overlooking.
Connection.
At that moment that's what you need. Okay. So unless you say
so you have to focus on just the need getting sorted.
No, you don't have to connect. Pia si lazima you go have sex. It's like venye tu nilisema si lazima ukule ukisikia njaa. Unajua? But ile time yenye ni lazima then embrace your need, bro.
2020.
Embrace it, budo. Usitokeze uanze unajua mimi by the nataka vajo kaka. Tunakujua wewe ukiachwa hapa na mambochi mamafua hapa hatakuwa. We know you. So
wewe ndio muendesha mambochi face sitting.
Bana.
Ukisema mimi sifanyangi
hizo. Watu wanaongelea hapa fanyaji rimming lakini hao ndio wanakuja wanaleta hizo story.
Nilijua tu kuna mtu
ameleta.
Mimi sijui mambo yenu ya rimming kulifikaje hapo.
Naona Mukabi Mukabane ako pale. Hi Mukabi. Yes, thank you. Fine, thank you. Your comment imeweza. Yeah. huku leo tuko na Adventures wa Malaya, sijui ninawekwaje kwa hiyo group.
Karembo.
Secretary.
Wewe mwenyewe umetoka kutuambia jamaa ulikuwa unajaribu kusolve need yako lakini bado una choose venye hiyo need yako itasolviwa. Aka kitu unafanya nini nako?
Aki, by the way,
Kakaitwa disability.
Bro.
Sahi unajua, I think I would be more curious to find out kama ni kwenda alienda kafanywa enlargement.
But
Ama kuna
mbona
exercise.
afanywe enlargement juu wewe ni mkubwa.
Si mimi. Kiki. Nakwambia hii story tu hata niseme.
Kwani umeanza kupiga opportunity?
I know somebody. kuna mtu pia alikuwa ameenda hapo na alisema
So alikuwa mtu wa group.
Pengine ya focus on virgins. Ama
baby mtu acha nini tu akwetu ni yetu anadila.
yeah tu.
Experience tu ni yeye. Naite love.
Na mnasema love you love.
Love za gapi. He love. That's what I was saying Baiko, like as in ukiangalia vizuri, and I'm not saying love is a bad thing. You know, but ukiangalia vizuri it is used to manipulate people into suppression.
You see, even ukiangalia hata from a very basic level, the only reason ama the only time yenye wewe unaendanga kwa relationship unaanza kufanya vitu hazieleweki ni saa zile the context of I love you imetokea. Mnaanza sasa hapo kusupplement, sijui umeanza kufanya kumleta maua. Bro, and it is not even that, man. That was not the thing, bana. But now it is being used to bring other things. I think hapo ndio kwenye concept za betrayal zinatokea. Juu, bro, what the fuck? We are not supposed to be doing this. Why did you allow it to get here? Unaona? So I think hapo ndio watu wanaenda wanasema wanafika to a point that yes, they thought they knew love, but kumekuwa na definition nyingine. Or rather they are new experiences that have shed more light into it is not what I thought. So umse anaenda tu akijicollect pole pole. Broken telephone wenye nilikuwa tunasema. Message inaenda kibadilika pole pole.
So even with heartbreaks, it's the same broken telephone anaenda akichange na hiyo experience. Ama what happens, because you see sasa how do you now define the love of nilikuwa napenda Dizo, nikapenda Bicon, nikapenda Uyugi, nikapenda Putin. So how do you define that kind of love?
Ni kuro tu.
Si needs zako zina change. Hiyo ndio ile tunaita hypergamy. Ulikuwa hapa na mimi at that moment. I was
kuna kitu ulisatisfy.
I was satisfying at that moment. In fact, you know, you can actually do it at the same time.
What's the several?
Like you can have several people, you know. Like from me, you're getting intimacy in the sense of maybe sex na nini. From Baiko, you're getting a good conversation and a good hangout. From Putin, you're getting mental stimulation. Unajua? Ukiangalia hivyo haimaanishi ukiwa na Baiko, you have sex. Unapata?
Yeah.
Everybody's different.
Like like unapenda watu differently, depending. So you're not
so my connection
that on
to
one
you,
person.
It's the how I'm connected to you might differ to that.
To
But
how
all that is love.
All that is love. Because sisi venye tumeieka, ukiichukua venye tumeambiwa about love, basi in short ni then Karembo, you're expecting all these things from me.
Wako the same.
Buda, mimi am an apple tree, lakini unataka nitoe orange, nitoe mango, nitoe bananas, nini. Hiyo mti moja yezi.
Haiwezi.
Unaona? So sisi ubaya ni ile by the time hapo ndo malimuona the attachment now becomes a problem. Hapo ndo mali the dark side of love comes in. Kwa sababu if I really love you Karembo and I know ukihang out na Putin, like na Putin you grow kibiz. Unajua like as in buda hata mnaweza potea hata ni 1 week mnaenda nini. Why should I be jealous of that? Because if it reaches a point that you decide to go to Putin, then clearly you would have outgrown me.
Na mapema.
Why would I hold you back just because I still love you? If I love you, then I should be able to release you. Niache kukuwa na hiyo chuki ya nilifanyia udem kila kitu na bado aliendea nani. Then tunaacha wapi option ya mtu kugrow. What if I would outgrow you?
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
So me, I feel like if utoe hiyo love, if it's not the main priority, then sasa tutaanza kuangaliana like an individual. We na kuona like a person. Ikikuwa ukiniambia by the way nimeenda ku hang out na bike over the weekend, bro, nigongewe nisigongewe, that is now your choice. If I ever find out me staying or leaving is my choice.
It's your choice.
Yani wewe ni mtu mzima.
Wewe ni mtu mzima
the
so
maturity
hakuna
of-
gatekeeping ati ile unaenda kwa bike, mbona nikukataze na wewe umedecide unataka kwenda
Already
huko.
unaenda bana.
Buda yenye hata tukikaa naye kwa hao ni utatext bike nini
Bana.
ikikumbua kimekata. So unaona, so wewe unajifanya ni kama ati umeprotect hiyo kitu yako, but in real sense ni ego yako una protect. Kuna kitu nyingine we were having a conversation today with a buddy of mine. Nilikuwa naambia our biggest problem is we expose things we can't protect. You're going to expose a relationship that you know you can't protect because one, that relationship is not official. This person hasn't come to your family, you haven't gone to their family. So meaning if anything happens, you don't have an environment to help you with issues. Unajua ile venye unaweza endea familia yako either madhako manze hivi ndo venye na happen kwangu. Akwambie that is if you have, let's say, a good environment. Ama maybe you yourself you haven't healed enough to be in an emotionally secured relationship. Na bado hiyo unataka kuja kuexpose me in a relationship. The moment your relationship is tested, it crumbles immediately because you exposed something you could not protect. You know? But tuseme, if you're in a relationship and you people can't protect it, you keep it on the low. Till the day yenye ile mnyote mmeenda kwa family, mmemeet, kila kitu iko fiti, mmetokezea, tuko by this tunaoana. People might think you people met yesterday. But in real sense, this is something that has been built in, it has outgrown time. You know? Even though venye zenye tunaangalia, let me use an example of mtu kama Kendrick Lamar. Utapata kuna watu wanakuja ile unamglorify ati jamaa amekuwa na demu wake since day one. Saizi ndio tunamuona, yani ile tunamuona yeye na demu wake kwa limelight. Meaning we will beat down any opportunity ati kama Kendrick Lamar aliwahi cheat nini. Hizo tutaki tukujua. Point ni tunajua mniga amekaa na demu.
Huyu ni amekuwa.
Huyu ndo amekuwa. Unaget? So meaning inakuwa gani saizi tunaweza msupport kwa sababu he protected it. Yani he's exposed what he can protect. Like saizi huwezi mnyang'anya udemu. Buda ukiangalia mali yeye yuko grami zako nazo, wewe unajiangalia uko cheki. Wacha tu akae juu nikichukua udemu ni stress mingi.
Kama si Kendrick.
Bro, information udemu ako exposed to, she has to be with someone who can also stimulate her with the same capacity of information. Ni kama anaitwa nani, Beyonce na Jay-Z, ni kama Rihanna na A$AP Rocky. Like I'm exposing something I can protect. Unajua like whether niko siko, you don't have the audacity kuendea Rihanna. Buda, the whole world will beat you down. Whether niko sisi ama siko, you don't have the audacity kuendea Beyonce. Buda, si wote tutakuwa wewe unajaribu nini wewe? Hata kama ni Beyonce alikukujia, hatutaona hiyo.
But simuona hata sasa wanataka kusuka Kanye West. Aliwadisi yeye na Jay-Z.
Unaona? But hebu imagine if Jay-Z couldn't protect.
And you can imagine somebody sasa like Kanye ako mahali like he couldn't protect what he had.
He could protect
even after having 4 kids and all that, his wasn't strong enough to withstand like when
bro, the moment he couldn't protect it,
that was
ilienda.
it. Yeah.
Unajua umeexpose. So I feel ni hapo ndio sisi tukianza kuunderstand needs zetu, then sasa how we will be approaching things itakuwa ni at least through discernment. Yani hakuna mahali tutaangalia ati love as the main factor. Haitakuwa sasa discussion ati because I love you you should do this. unajua itakuwa ni kama nakupenda ni juu ya need yangu kwako. The moment hiyo need imeisha ni hivyo.
Yeah.
I see you.
Unaget? Na ukiangalia hivyo the dark side pia inakuweka sasa. Kwa hivyo meaning commitment ni prison.
Prison too.
Prison. You choose the prison.
Mention the dark side nikaona nini ya Sylvester Muyakane. Manze umsia kona set kali manze.
Nice one.
True.
Unachikivaka alikuwa kona sisi yani all the way. Mpaka time yenye video ilikuwa drop. Ako kwa darkness tu na sisi. Sema hiyo was some good production. Wazi manze. That's nice.
Nice. Thank you.
Kufanya
Differently abled X na Tobo Mchochezi unajua alinini msemeji hii time ya nini WRC mseme enda tu na kabike kake Vasha kuna nini tent yake iko kwa mgongo atajibamba tu na wase
Bora yako site.
bora yako site bro. Cha muhimu ni kufika.
na ngoja kuona nini matokeo Koril pia najua kwa huko na baina klasi zake.
Bro.
The
best man win.
Ni chairman wa Hugs and Jugs.
Bro. Ndio nasema me the best man win.
Wako
Ni kusport na kusport.
kuna Woda Lego, Gulmatic, kuna Stella John. Nice 50 coin, Omar, Ratimba, Bani, Collins, Maverick na KO. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Usijali dizo hata kuona it takes nika
Skipping.
light na sound it's okay dizo it's okay.
Me I think I've exhausted.
Nilikuja ku understanding you mtu yangu hapa kwa nini as a host hapa hivi.
That's what makes you feminine. You see? Like unakaa hivi you are a natural. Unasikia kucaregive.
Lakini telepathy yenu ya nini?
Ya dress code. We can't help it.
Inafaa ichunguzwe.
We cannot help it.
Manze hatuwezi.
I think I like it the way tunajipatanga tu sha.
Manze. Ama maybe tuko na wardrobe same. Unajua pia
Maybe.
tunaweza kuwa na same colors.
Maybe.
Lakini tunafaa kuchukua video ya wardrobe yako na yangu.
Manze. Tunakaa hivi tunajua tuone nani leo tuna nini.
Anyway, Baiko unaweza tumalizia ama
Nataka tuende break kiasi.
okay. DJ
Kwani
atushike.
Mko na mahali mnaenda?
Azi. Mimi nangoja utupange.
Tunangoja tupange.
DJ. Kuna DJ Yugi hapa.
Ukae hapo na ukae hapo.
Mimi nadhani. Yani hata Baiko hata kuna siku moja tu utasema ati cheki hebu kuja enda ukapakatwe. Sisi unatupanga. Unasema yani Karembo enda kapakata. Yaani si unasaidia brother ile bro.
Unajua ulisema wewe mambo yako need yako ndio itakupeleka.
Hapo sawa.
Wacha tuingie break. You can stay tuned on manze tunaingia kwa kama music.
Nani anashafu kadi? Kuna kadi ziko hapa zinashafuliwa.
Sawa.
Kwanza hiyo nini?